9, 9, day 9. We are. We are in day 9 of 2026. Whew, what a day. Friday it is. Friday. What did happen on Friday? Let's see. Start off at the top. Well, I was going to get on Office Hours Global, and by the time I looked, I didn't want to push it. I usually try to get on at least 9 Eastern. So make sure mic check and stuff. For example, like here, this is not technically the exact shot. I get a little bit of more tuning in on my shot. But audio-wise, this is, I think, pretty much what you get for the audio, essentially. So from the morning time, I figured I'll get stuff done, and I get a couple phone calls. And I was able to solve a couple of problems, let's put it this way. So one, for those that are local or wanting to join the DBARA group, club rather, for ham radio, Daytona Beach Amateur Radio Association, you could go to dbara.org and fill it out. So a friend of mine filled out, he also has vision loss, and filled out the form. And it's pretty easy breezy, but there are always some parts of the forms that we always have to watch out. One thing was sometimes if you don't put headings properly. So let me explain. Let's write a paper, right? So you have a title. Title of the page, right up top. Okay. And then you have, 5 paragraphs? Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Intro. 3. Conclusion. Typically, right? So how would you get around that? Now let's say we add more information. We add a list. Okay, cool. Now we add another list under a list. What are you talking about? Title. Smartphones. Okay. Big title. Now we have a table of contents, let's just say. Android phones. Okay. Apple phones. Okay. Maybe. Right? You could put Apple phones or iPhones, either way, but we'll put Apple phones and Android phones. Other. Maybe there is still some other BlackBerry or something. Or maybe there is some other ones out there. Now you've seen those 3 things. Now you're at the next page. Let's just say, right? That's table of contents, however that worked. Now we go to Android. Under Android, you have, let's say, Samsung, Google, Sony, Motorola, so on and so forth, Xiaomi and all those other Oppo, blah, 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 Vivos. They have all those other brands, but let's also imagine this. With those other brands, you have Samsung S, 24, 25, 26, 22. You have all those little things chopped up into segments, right? Then you have Google. Under Google, you have Pixel, let's say. Then under Pixel, you have the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9, the 10 now. Now, those are subsequent lists, right? So if you think about nested lists, think about it as when you use headings or any of that, you are pressing heading 1, right? Or you hit the letter H on the keyboard like a screen reader. So you go into the heading 1. Heading 1 is going to put you at Android. Heading subsequent 2 would put you at Samsung or Google or Sony or those pieces. If you hit it one more time, then you might be at the models, right? Like the S25, S24, S23, S22, so on and so forth. So you're going more and more granular as you're typing it. But what you would essentially want to do when you first type up any paper or anything like this, just go ahead and type. Get your thoughts out. then you could go ahead and highlight each individual section. By the way, for my visual impaired friends, I'm not showing anything. I'm just a talking head to you right now. So sorry if you feel like you're missing out on anything shared. But if you're already paying attention, thank you. Go ahead and also hit that like or ask any questions down there if you're curious about what I'm talking about. So when you go through all those little lists or titles or Android, and heading 1, 2, 3 is still a heading, but the H typically moves you there. I could be for a list, right? So we mentioned a list. G could maybe quickly jump you to a graphic. So it's a way to, once you start typing, you could go ahead and set those parameters, so to speak. Like if Android is your main topic, then make that your heading 1. And then if you know that, or like if iPhone, right, is my main topic for that subsection or whatever that is, then make it iPhone. Then I'll put in iPhone 6. Let's go backwards. iPhone 17, iPhone 16, iPhone 15, iPhone 14, maybe up until 12 or 15 or 14. I don't know. Let's go up until 13. Okay. So when we do that, we learn that a screen reader now can navigate that document quickly, and you've made it faster, so I don't have to go down arrow, down arrow, down arrow. Hey, what do I gotta do? Keep hitting the down arrow. How about now? Down arrow. So it gets annoying. Rather than H, boom, boom, boom. Down arrow. Now I'm right there on the answer. So let's imagine you're on Google. You typed in a search field, right? You have a semi-form if you're using a screen reader, but you typed in something. You hit enter. You could start hitting H as you are if you're a screen reader user. What it does, it jumps over all the little fluff up top, takes you right to the bottom, and depending on where you want to land, if it's in the Gemini results or if it's in the search piece down and below, you could keep hitting H to kind of navigate quickly and jump over a big chunk of text. So if you are using a screen reader on a computer, please note that that is one fast way that you could build your productivity level. I used to be Zoom, and I feel like I'm like, I used to do this, but no. I did it out of purpose. I used to be a Zoom text user that used it at Zoom 2x, 3x, 4x, roughly. Current, I have Fusion probably set at like 10x, 8x, just depending. Because I know where partially of the screen that I want to be at, like top quadrant, right quadrant, left quadrant, right quadrant, and then bottom, left, right quadrant. So I know I could keep better track with either a mouse or knowing that if I have the cursor ring around it or box or underline, my eyes could track even from a distance that what I'm really, really looking for. So overall, just kind of threw that in there. I thought this was kind of a idea that just settled in my brain right now, and just want to spit it back out there. Hopefully you enjoy stuff like that. If you do, more comments to say, hey, yeah, can we get more that you mentioned you're going to talk about this, and rather can you talk about that? Meaning like I was supposed to talk about Zoom Text Fusion soon, which I know I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Still getting used to this everyday thing, but yeah, I'm kind of late today, but I still want to make a video. And did go to lunch brunch today with the DBARA group, and again, like I said, glad that in certain aspects we're able to help our community to find, let's say, either if it's a venue, which today it was kind of a two-parter. I wanted to ensure that the groups out here had a venue because I've never asked personally. And so went in there and say, what about if you fit about 15, 20 people, go through some things here. You mind if we come out to this place? We rather give you the fund, not the funding, but give you the business instead of all day, everyday franchise style. Nothing is wrong with the franchise feel, but some of the franchises have lost that authentic touch feel thing. Like to make it feel, even though it's a franchise, like it's real. It's not just a robot. If that makes any sense. Having sort of mom and pop feel is oh, well, we don't have these on the menu, but this is how and what's been cooked and blah and blah and blah. So it makes it definitely um, unique rather than the name brand, franchise owner, so to speak. And then coming on the way home, more things to attend. Uh, Interestingly, I've learned about my interface. I was wondering what was wrong with the sound, sort of, meaning I sounded quiet, not quiet, but darker. Like I wasn't bright usually as I was, and so the SSL2 has a 4K button, and that basically brightens and takes off. And here, let's show you. Okay, so uh, let's see. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, right? All right. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So you could hear probably, well, maybe slightly more air right there. But let's try that again. More air again. I hear so close. PTK. Okay, so I am. See the mic? Sorry. This is how we have to adjust for sound, ladies and gentlemen. Because you saw it goes too far away, but right now I still sound dark. It's not, it sounds dullish, right? That's what dark would be reflected, or what do you mean dark? You sound like, what is, so dark is just that dulling in the tone rather. I'm gonna now hit the button of the 4K thing, which is again the solid state logic 2, and you hear a lot of air. Now I am on the solid state logic 2. It has now opened up my voice. Now I'm going to take it off. I am now on the solid state logic 2. I am now on the solid state logic 2 now is off with the 4K, but now I'm going to engage it. Maybe you had your ears tell you. You tell me. I hear it. I hear it sparkle a little or open it up. But that's what I hear. And remember, it's a myth to say your ears get better when you go blind. Mm-mm. You start paying attention. That's all. Simple. It's a myth. Go look it up. It's a myth. Promise. You want me to go look it up for you? Fine, I'll go put it in the description to go answer that there. Cool? Make it work for you? I hope it does. So, after that, got to just catch up with some of the folks in town. It is a Friday. Thinking what else will I do? What else do I need to complete? And, you look, tick, 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 tick. Wow, time's already gone. I was trying to get this probably done closer to 8 this evening, 7. And always those squirrels. Squirrel. Yum. Yum. No repeats. Yeah, so tomorrow we'll see what happens. Jump back on OHG, Upsize Global, and try out the new tools there that I have been brewing some brewing stuff. I don't know how everything will work out in the next following month, but there's some projects brewing about. So stay tuned. Hopefully I'll have some more information. Working a little piece by piece, maybe even trying to update some of this same looking set. What do you think? Should I update the set? What part of the set could need improvement? Maybe extra light to my right, maybe light in the back. I wanted to paint the wall blue, like with light though, not painted, because then you have to paint it back. So yeah, we'll see. Other than that, I thank everybody for their time this evening, and if there's anything else that I need to cover, always remember, if you haven't watched yesterday's video, I always say, let me know what I need to cover to answer a question. I can make a video. I like diving into different things, so if you want me to talk more about ham radio stuff, we got the DBARA group here doing a lot of interesting things there. Later on, I'll announce what I was told yesterday, which they are announcing for me coming soon. So whenever we have that meeting and it gets announced properly with those channels, I will bring it to you. So really cool things happening, amongst the friends here of the community and elders and younger folks, and seeing what change we could make for the better. Daytona Beach is a lovely place. I've loved it here since 1995. I've been out here, and I'm just so happy even today to have a little glimmer of hotel motel association type talk. And what do I mean by that is knowing other people that may have known friends of friends or people in the community that was formerly the same community that I belonged to with growing up in a motel environment or hotel environment. And really interesting because I always think accessibility first, right? And how can I bring that back? And I really think that there's some neat things by saying this much. Let's see what I could do because I know I have family in this industry, and I know I come from this group community called Officers Global, which is really keen on a lot of different facets of media production. So, with all the friends I've met come along the way so far, let's figure what kind of ideas we get together for 2026. If you have any great ideas for 2026, please let me know. If you have any channels or something that I should be following and following you, please, you know where to find me. You could hit me up here on the comments, Discord, and all that. So please do follow along. And till next time, peace, love, Ajo. Take care. Bye bye.